to 33-0 with 30 KOs. The IBO, WBA Super World, and WBC Interim Champion of the World. I am T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live, and I cover every single major fight live. Willie Monroe went down twice in the second round, recovered well in the third round, had a very, very, very good fourth round. Fifth round, let's listen to the punch stats.
Golovkin landing 133 out of 297. A nice, mean 45%. Very similar to the numbers put up by Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez in the preceding fight. Monroe Jr., 87 out of 305, a respectable 29%.
I'll pause it right there. We're going to talk about it. 133 punches landed by Gennady Golovkin, 297 thrown by Gennady Golovkin, 45% overall punches. 87 of 305, 29% for Willie Monroe. Now, we talked about it in the build-up for this fight. First, I want to say, T-Street Controversy with Real Combat Media. Shout out to our team member, CA Chris Alexander, that's at Golovkin versus Monroe, media credentialed, giving us live, full coverage from the event. He's right there ringside right now. Likely he'll be going to the post-fight press conference in a couple of minutes. We're going to have that coverage on the channel. But I've been critical of Willie Monroe because 19-1 going into the fight with only 6 KOs. I was asking myself, what can he do to Golovkin to keep Golovkin from chasing him around the ring and eventually knocking him out like he did tonight? He had to have some pop on his punches. It was at one point in time in the fourth round where he was hitting Golovkin with some of the cleanest shots that I've seen Golovkin be hit with in the time I've been covering Golovkin fights over the last 3 years or so. So with that being said, I'm thinking to myself, is GGG gassed? Or is he doing what he said he wanted to do with this fight as far as seeing how he would look against his southpaw? Now, no boxer wants to take punches that they don't have to take. But at one point in time in the fourth round, it looked like GGG just said, fuck defense. I'm going to just fight this guy and see and take what the best it is that he has to offer. And he was taking the best that Willie Monroe has to offer. But once again, Willie Monroe, despite the fact that he's now, 9-1 in his last 10 fights, he won 9 fights previous to this, he's only got 6 KOs. So it was only but so much I was expecting from him. You know, thank you to Willie Monroe. Thank you to Lee Davies with Easy Work. He knows who he is. He's the strength and conditioning coach of Willie Monroe, who allowed us an exclusive interview with Chris Alexander earlier in the week. Is on the channel. But at the same time, this is boxing. You got to go with what you know. Picking Willie Monroe was a long shot. If Willie Monroe was going to win, he had to move a lot to the point where if he was to win, and he would have got a controversial win, fans would have said shit like, oh, he's running. But one thing I did gauge from this fight is, how would Golovkin do against an Erislandy Lara, who's a better fighter, better punching power than a Willie Monroe, a better overall technical boxer than Willie Monroe? That's a question I've been asking myself. Also, if you don't know, Freddie Roach was right there with the HBO vice president, the HBO Sports Vice President, Peter Nelson, watching the fight. And that could maybe make you think that, okay, all right, the fight's in LA. Or is Freddie Roach, which he should be, there scouting Golovkin because Cotto's going to be taking on Daniel Gill. Freddie Roach trains Cotto on June the 6th, 2015 in the Barclays Center. Cotto is in a situation where he has to fight either Canelo or Gennady Golovkin in his next fight, so that may explain why Freddie Roach was there ringside. Like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to get back to the post-fight, interviews and, the stuff before I start talking some more. I am T-Street Controversy. Please subscribe. As you can see, I don't have a voice, so people have been wondering why your video production or output have been down. My video output has not been down, but this is the first fight this is the first fight that we're actually providing, meaning T-Street Controversy, full coverage for. We have our own media reporter at Golovkin versus Monroe, and that's what we do now. So we are the only channel on YouTube providing full coverage. Full, that means commentary, press conference, post-fight press conference, media workouts on YouTube. T-Street's making major moves. Please subscribe.
And he actually won the 4th round on Harold Letterman's scorecard. He put up a fight, did the best he could, but simply couldn't handle Gennady Golovkin's punching power, which is the problem so far for most Golovkin opponents.
Listen.
Golovkin landed 49% of his power punching. Time after time on this telecast, we've told you if a guy lands 50% of his power punches, it's almost unheard of for him not to win the fight. Michael Kessler pulled it off against Carl Froch a couple of years ago in London, but other than that, you almost never see it. Monroe did reasonably well, 56 out of 169, but ultimately succumbed, as we mentioned, to Golovkin's punching power. Golovkin will not punch Max Kellerman in the post-fight interview. That's good news for Max.
Oh, this should be good.
Well, let's see how this goes, Jim. I hope not. Congratulations on another big drama show in Gennady.
You know Golovkin English be all fucked up.
Max, excuse me. First of all, thank you very much, home. Thank you very much, LA. Muchas gracias, everybody.
Golovkin lives in LA now with his family.
I feel great. You know, my performance special for you guys. Thank you for my team. You know, thank you for my opponent. He's bring this very good drama show. You know, this present just for you. Thank you.
Gennady, in the first 2 rounds,
Fuck do he be talking about?
You landed very precisely. You heard him. You almost had him out in the 2nd round. Then as the fight wore on, he started catching you with a lot of big shots. What changed?
Max, first of all, I show him who is number 1, who is real champ. This is my home. This is my home. Second step. I give him chance. Just and stay here. Just come on. Bring big drama show. Let's go. Let's do it. And thank you. Just I know I not lose control. I don't lose control. This is my big present.
Are you saying that because you've hinted at this in the past, that you don't want to just score an early one-sided knockout, that you actually let your opponent, a dangerous fighter, back into the fight?
Yes, of course. You know, I feel this comfortable. And today, Saturday night, this is not 5 minutes. This is not 5 minutes. You know, a lot of people come and just respect my people. Just I show my people, just show. One outcome of him getting out of that 2nd round and hitting you a bunch of times is that everyone gets a better show. Another is... My pleasure. Great fighter. Thank you. Special thank you for Willie. He is a real good fighter, seriously.
Another outcome is maybe some other star fighters in the sport see this and think, Golovkin's not so hard to hit. Maybe I want to fight him. Does that go through your mind at all in these fights?
Max, look at this. I'm staying here. I'm real champion. I show just present. I want unification. Big fight. Let's go. Let's do it, guys. Who is number 1 right now? Just bring him. I show you.
That means Miguel Cotto, I assume?
Yeah, right now Miguel. Respect Miguel. Miguel, he's great champion. You know, he's WBC champion. Please, after this fight, I don't know who win. Just I wait. I stay here. Just I wait my big fight.
Well, maybe your big fight doesn't come until a fighter is courageous enough in and around your weight class to get in with you. I asked Canelo Alvarez last week if he would fight you, and he said, maybe in the future. What do you think of an eventual fight with Canelo Alvarez?
No, Max, I told you, not for future. Right now, I'm ready to big fight. I'm ready to Canelo, to Miguel. Great champions, guys. I'm ready right now. Just, I bring you the next show.
And finally, there's another name out there who's bigger than you, who when he's active is considered a top pound-for-pound fighter, Andre Ward. What do you think of a fight eventually with Andre Ward?
Look, guys, this is sport. Andre, respect him. He is great athlete, professional athlete. You know, he need maybe right now start. You know, I understand his situation. Just first of all, I think Canelo and Cotto. Next, of course, war. Yes, we're ready for anybody.
Thank you, Gennady. It is always a thrill to watch you fight. I guess.
Let's see if they talk to Willie Monroe.
Another one of these in 3 months.
Yes, absolutely. And Max, can you please take your time? And una last. Thank you very much for my fans. Thank you very much, my home. Thank you, people.
Jim.
Well, Roy, it's working.
Yeah, it is working.
It's working.
Well, they didn't talk to Willie Monroe. I don't know why. Maybe he declined the post-fight interview, or maybe the doctors are still checking him out. Remember, Willie Monroe, after being knocked down the second time in the 6th round, what was it, the second time or the first round? No, the first time in the 6th round, he got up. Referee Jack Reese asked him, "Can you go on?" And remember, and well, if you don't remember, if you haven't watched the fight, okay, I'll tell you what. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rewind it for you and let you listen to what happened. Because Willie Monroe quit, but basically he didn't. In a way, you quit. But he was going to get knocked out regardless.
You just beat it. You just beat it. You got to move faster. You want to continue?
Now what I'm doing, I'm going to let you hear it.
Monroe, about half as many. 56 out of 169. Golovkin took over the punch count leadership.
We're getting to a point where
Again. Straight uppercut. Great uppercut. He's wobbled Monroe again.
Yeah, right
He's got him against the ropes.
Oh, right uppercut hurt him really bad. The hook just hurt him even worse. He's out of here.
Third knockdown.
listen carefully.
2 knockdowns in the second round, and now he knocks him down for the 3rd time here in the 6th.
7,
Willie Monroe's
9, 10. You just beat it. You just beat it.
Willie Monroe just got up
Continue.
in time, right before the 10 count.
Legs are gone. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Willie Monroe says to Jack Reese, I don't want to continue.
He said, I'm done. And he was.
6th round technical knockout for Gennady Golovkin.
So he quit. He was actually going to be knocked out, and me, I gotta be honest with you. Remember I told you we have a team member at the fight, Chris Alexander, and he's covering the fight for us with History Controversy and RealCombatMedia.com. He took a picture with Willie Monroe's mom and sister. So I'm looking at the picture, I'm like, oh, fuck Chris, I'm being honest. I'm like, damn, they are happy and everything, and this is before the fight. And I'm thinking, what if Willie Monroe get knocked out? Chris, you gonna take a picture with him then? And I was like, no, I don't wanna get myself in trouble. But I guess what I'm saying is this, yeah, he did save himself because it got to a point where Golovkin just got sick of him. And, you know, from that 4th round and that 5th round that Willie Monroe had, Golovkin came out in the 6th round with just, you know, basically wanted to destroy him. And if the fight would have gone on, he would have probably been knocked out viciously. So, as I said, I am T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live. I have seen some flaws in Golovkin in this fight that I've seen in numerous other fights. Remember, I cover every single major fight live, and the issue I'm worried about is Golovkin is good. He's really good, but what if you put someone in front of him that can give him something to think about coming in on the inside? Miguel Cotto has, what, 33 knockouts if I'm correct? Miguel Cotto would be a smaller fighter going against Golovkin, but Miguel Cotto is going to have some pop to give Golovkin something to think about. And Andre Ward, people say, why is he not fighting Andre Ward? For one, Golovkin is a 160-pound fighter. Andre Ward once said he wasn't moving to 175 because he's a 168-pound fighter. Andre Ward is fighting Paul Smith, of all people, at a catch weight of 172 pounds. So in my opinion, listen, I can do a whole video on it, and you're lucky I don't have my voice, because Andre Ward, Golovkin is not ducking Andre Ward. Golovkin, listen. Don't mention Andre Ward and Golovkin in the same sentence right now. Even though I have Golovkin losing to Andre Ward at 168, what I'm saying to you is you can't be mad at Golovkin for not calling him out and not fighting him or whatever the case may be, because I know exactly